National Football League. And we'll get to see the Eagles' veteran running back. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Eagles and the Vikings on Monday night.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin alongside my good friend Charles Davis. Charles, so often it's the quarterbacks that are in the spotlight, and in this game, no different. We have a very compelling matchup.
We do indeed, and something I'm going to be watching for. Who can get off to a fast start? If you can go out, get points on the first drive, preferably a touchdown, you can really set the tone for the game. And I think that both of these quarterbacks are more than capable of doing just that.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And bringing them out in his 8th year out of Florida State, the former Heisman Trophy winner, Jameis Winston.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They begin the drive with Williams. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Jameis to throw it. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now Winston. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, and the ball should be there. And then they can do some work out.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. From the 45 on 2nd down, Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by the former 3rd-round pick, now in his 11th NFL season, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Wilson. There's the former Vikings, Stephon Diggs. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the 2nd and 2 on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. For this, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season. But rumor is, might have a few more for 2023. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They go play action with Wilson. Crossing route complete to Ross. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Here's Davis running right. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They go play action now. Wilson. And this one is incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Davis is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end and come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. after the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Williams running left. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He'll get this one complete to Zane Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson so complete there to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On first down, Wilson. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson getting this ball out wide for Davis. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Wilson will throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, that's going to change the course of things. They had a good drive work and a chance to really open things up here in the first quarter. Instead, the defense, they got exactly what they needed.
Yeah, they certainly did, because making that type of a play gives them confidence moving forward and maybe makes them a little more reticent on the offensive side of the ball.
Because if the touchdown had gone the other way, this thing could have started to get ugly early. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 2nd and 10, Wilson. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. The first carry now. This is Williams. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Play action. Now Wilson. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson will keep it. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now Wilson on first down. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You talk about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside give to Davis. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And here's Davis to run again on 2nd. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Speedy, elusive, always a threat to get to the quarterback. Frank Clark remains a high-end defender and made his 3rd straight Pro Bowl in 2021.
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Lambo will put this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. On 3rd down, Winston. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. And partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That's to the speedster, Olamide Zaccheaus. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Play action. It's Wilson. Complete to Zaccheaus. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his...
Now Davis fumbles it, and the Vikings pick up the football. Well, He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. Veteran back Mike Davis leading this offense back onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I had a game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
From the 27, Wilson. Screenplay set up for Williams. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down. Davis will try to run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. To throw is Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They go play action with Wilson. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Wilson. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection.
Roughing the passer, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Caught right side, Davis.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll make it 2nd down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Throwing is Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Lambo is good, and the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And now out comes Minnesota. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston into the hands of Patrick left side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Winston finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Jameis again. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Jameis to throw it. Man open, here is Jones.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
And he'll find Akins there, complete. On third down, here's Williams. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. A first down throw for Winston. Complete to Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Play action now, Winston. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of the guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
Another try after the first down sack. Winston eluding the pressure right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Now Winston. Got an open man. It's Pringle. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They begin with a run by Davis. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And here's Davis to run again on second. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll drop this off for Davis. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. On second down, Davis. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Wilson now to throw on third down. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Zacchaeus here, hauling it in. Second down at 4. They go back to the ground now with Davis. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Again, it's Davis. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle to Davis. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And some room to maneuver.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They go play action now. Wilson. Open is Swaim, the tight end. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here's a give to Davis. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. On third down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through, and they have regained the lead. It's his third field goal now with the ball game, and they needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
From the end zone, here's Pringle. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
First down, Winston. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston, Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Daxton Hill brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they'd have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up the 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Here's Sam Martin now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on the lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He completes it to Ridley, and he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Wilson to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. In the backfield, standing alone here on second and goal is Davis. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Mike Davis, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Eagles get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a two-score game and a solid lead.
Lambo on for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. To throw, Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On first and 10, Winston.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A bad false start penalty there. Now second and 6. Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Winston now. And his throw here is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Again, it's Winston. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
On third and 1, here's Winston. And Jones has it over the middle.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
From the red zone now, Winston. Flushed out right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Williams is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Williams again.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Just keeping the play alive. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Now a handoff to Davis, and they'll get him down here at the 23. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Davis. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that earns them a fresh set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Wilson. And the coverage coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 3rd down, Davis. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
109 yards on the ground now for Davis. He's got a first down.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And now out comes Minnesota.
A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
Following the interception, Winston. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Montez Sweat able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Winston.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Davis. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go again with Davis. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
Here's Davis now.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they take a knee.
2nd and 11.
Now it's Davis. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Philadelphia, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.